Hi, Leo. It is so nice to sit down with you today. You look very comfortable.
Hi, Maya. I am. I'm wearing my favorite old sweater and I have a large glass of water. I feel very relaxed because today is finally the weekend.
The weekend. It's a beautiful word, isn't it? Weekend. The end of the week.
It really is. But Maya, I was thinking about this earlier. Why do we feel so different on a Saturday compared to a Tuesday? It's just another day, right? 24 hours?
That is such an interesting point, Leo. You're right. Physically, the days are the same, but mentally, weekdays and weekends are like two different worlds. Let's think about that word, weekdays.
Weekdays. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, correct?
Exactly. Those are the 5 weekdays. For most of us, these are the days of the routine, the days when we follow a schedule.
A schedule. I have a love-hate relationship with my schedule. I like knowing what to do, but sometimes I feel like a robot. I wake up at the same time, I drink my coffee at the same time, and I leave my house at the same time.
I understand. Many people feel that way. Let me give you an example of my weekday routine. Every Monday to Friday, my alarm goes off at 6:30 in the morning.
6:30? Maya, that is so early. Why so early?
Well, I like to have a slow morning before I start working. I call it my morning ritual. But even though it's slow, it is still a weekday routine. I know that at 9 a.m., I must be at my computer. There is a sense of obligation.
Obligation. That's a strong word. It means something you must do, right?
Yes, exactly. On weekdays, we have obligations to our jobs, our schools, or our families. We are on the clock.
On the clock. I like that expression. It means my time belongs to my work. Maya, I have a small story about a Tuesday a few weeks ago.
Oh, tell me, what happened?
Well, I woke up and I felt so tired. I looked at my phone and I thought, is it Saturday? But then I saw the date. It was Tuesday. I felt so heavy. I had to get up, I had to take a shower, I had to prepare my lunch. My mind was already tired before the day started because it was a weekday.
That is so common, Leo. We call that the weekday blues sometimes, especially on Mondays or Tuesdays. You feel the weight of the whole week ahead of you.
The week ahead, yes. It feels like a long mountain I have to climb.
But then think about the transition. Friday evening. How do you feel on Friday evening, Leo?
Oh, Friday evening is the best. The energy changes. Even if I am tired from work, I feel happy. I feel light. In English, do we have a special way to say that?
We do. Many people say TGIF. Have you heard that?
TGIF? No, what does that mean?
It stands for Thank God It's Friday. People say it because they're so happy the weekdays are over and the weekend is starting. It's a very popular expression in offices.
TGIF. I'm going to use that. Thank God it's Friday. It perfectly describes that feeling of freedom. But Maya, before we talk more about the weekend, I want to ask you something. If you are listening to us right now, maybe you are walking to work or cooking dinner, what is your favorite weekday? Is it Friday? Or maybe you like the energy of a Wednesday? Tell us in the comments. I really want to know if anyone actually likes Mondays.
That's a great question, Leo. I wonder if there are any Monday lovers out there. You know, Leo, some people call Wednesday Hump Day.
Hump day? Like a camel?
Exactly, like the hump on a camel's back. Think of the week like a hill. Monday and Tuesday, you are climbing up the hill. Wednesday is the top, the hump. Once you get over Wednesday, you are going down the hill toward the weekend.
That is a perfect image. Wednesday is the middle. Once Wednesday is finished, Thursday and Friday feel much faster because the weekend is so close.
It's all about perspective. On a weekday, we focus on productivity. On the weekend, we focus on presence.
Productivity and presence. Can you explain the difference?
Of course, Productivity is about doing tasks, finishing reports, cleaning the house. Presence is about being with your friends, being in nature, being relaxed.
I think I am very good at doing, but I am not very good at being. On Saturdays, I often feel guilty if I am not doing something. Is that normal?
It is very normal for many students and workers. We are so used to the fast rhythm of the weekdays that when the weekend comes, we don't know how to stop. Let me think of an example. Last Saturday, I decided to go to the park. I sat on a bench and I just watched the trees for 20 minutes.
20 minutes? Just looking at trees? Wow.
Yes. At first, my brain was saying, Maya, you should be checking your email. Maya, you should be grocery shopping. But I told my brain, no, today is the weekend. I am practicing presence. After a few minutes, I felt so much better. My heart rate slowed down. I felt recharged.
Recharged like a battery.
Exactly. We use the weekend to recharge our batteries. If we don't recharge, we cannot be productive during the weekdays.
That makes sense. If I don't charge my phone, it dies. If I don't charge myself, I burn out. Is that the right word? Burn out?
Yes, Leo, that is a perfect word. To burn out means to become extremely tired because you worked too much without resting. The weekend is the medicine for burnout.
I like that. The weekend is medicine. You know, Maya, I have another question about the weekend. I hear people say, I'm going to sleep in. What does that mean? Are they sleeping inside something?
No, sleep in is one of the most important weekend verbs. It means to stay in bed later than usual. For example, if I usually wake up at 6:30 on weekdays, on Saturday I might sleep in until 9 or 10 o'clock.
Oh, I love sleeping in. It is my favorite weekend activity. No alarm clock, no stress, just me and my pillow.
It's a luxury, isn't it? Sleeping in is a way to tell your body that the weekday rules do not apply.
But Maya, what about chores? The boring things like washing clothes or cleaning the bathroom. I usually do those on Saturday. Does that mean my Saturday is a weekday?
That's a difficult balance. Many people use Saturday for errands and chores. We call this the productive weekend. But it is still different because you're the boss of your time. You choose when to wash the clothes. Nobody is telling you to do it at 10 a.m.
That's true. I am the boss on the weekend. But you know what I don't like? I don't like Sunday evenings.
Ah, the Sunday Scaries.
The Sunday Scaries? What is that? It sounds like a ghost story.
In a way, it is. The Sunday Scaries is that feeling of anxiety or nervousness that starts on Sunday afternoon or evening because you know the weekdays are coming back. You start thinking about your boss, your meetings, and your alarm clock.
Yes, that is exactly what I feel. Around 6 p.m. on Sunday, I start feeling a little bit sad. I feel like the weekend is already finished, even though it is still Sunday.
It's a very common feeling. Let me share a little story about how I deal with the Sunday Scaries. I used to spend my Sunday nights worrying about Monday. I would check my calendar and feel stressed. But then I decided to change my habit. Now, every Sunday night, I cook a very special, delicious dinner.
A special dinner? Like a party?
Not a party, just something I love. Maybe a slow-cooked pasta or a nice soup. While I cook, I listen to music. This makes Sunday night a special event instead of just the night before Monday. It helps me stay in the weekend a little bit longer.
That is a wonderful idea. I usually just eat a sandwich and feel sad. I should try to make Sunday night more fun. Maybe I can watch a movie I love.
Exactly. Use that time for yourself. By the way, Leo, I just realized we haven't invited our friends to stay connected with us. If you're enjoying this long talk about our lives, please remember to subscribe to English Day by Day. We want to be part of your weekday and your weekend.
Yes, subscribe and join our community. We love having you here. You know, Maya, talking about all this, the difference between weekdays and weekends is really about control, isn't it?
I think you're right, Leo. On weekdays, the world controls our time. On the weekend, we control our time. Let me give you another example. On a Wednesday, if I want to spend 3 hours reading a book in the middle of the afternoon, I can't. I have work, I have meetings.
And if you did that, your boss would be very confused.
Yes, he would. But on a Sunday, if I want to read for 3 hours, I can. That freedom is what makes the weekend feel so special.
So the goal is to have a little bit of that weekend feeling during the weekdays. Is that possible?
I think it is possible. We can't change the whole schedule, but we can find micro weekends.
Micro weekends, like tiny weekends?
Yes, a micro weekend is a small moment during a weekday where you forget about your obligations. For example, taking 15 minutes to walk without your phone during your lunch break, or drinking a cup of tea in total silence for 5 minutes.
A micro weekend. I love that. It's like a little vacation in the middle of a Tuesday.
Exactly. It helps break the robot feeling you mentioned earlier.
You know, Maya, I'm looking at my water glass and I'm thinking, if I drink this water on a Monday, it's just hydration. But if I drink it on a Saturday while relaxing, it feels like a treat.
That is a bit extreme, Leo, but I see your point. Everything feels better when we are not in a rush. In a rush. Do you know that phrase?
Yes, in a rush means moving very fast because you are late or busy. Weekdays are always in a rush.
And weekends are slow-paced. Slow-paced, like a turtle instead of a rabbit.
I definitely prefer being a turtle. You know, Maya, I have one last story. Last month, I decided to go to a museum on a Tuesday afternoon because I had a holiday.
Oh, a weekday holiday. Those are the best.
It was so strange. The museum was almost empty. The streets were quiet. I saw people working in their offices through the windows, and I felt like I was in a secret club. It made me realize how much we follow the same rhythm.
That is a very powerful feeling. It's called going against the grain, doing something different from the rest of the world. It reminds us that the rules of weekdays and weekends are mostly in our minds.
In our minds. Wow. So I can choose to be happy on a Monday?
You can try. It's harder, but you can try to bring a little bit of Saturday into your Monday, maybe by wearing your favorite socks or listening to your favorite podcast like this one while you work.
That's true. Listening to you, Maya, always makes me feel like it's the weekend, even if it's a busy weekday.
That is so kind, Leo. Thank you. And to everyone listening, we hope this conversation helps you feel a bit more relaxed today, no matter what day it is.
Yes, thank you for listening to us. Before we go, I have one more question for you. If you could have a 3-day weekend every week, which day would you add? Would you add Friday or Monday? I think I would add Friday. I love starting the weekend early.
I think I would add Monday. I love the idea of a slow start to the week. Let us know in the comments what you think.
I can't wait to read the answers. Maya, thank you for this talk. I feel very recharged now.
I'm glad, Leo. It was a very fruitful conversation. Remember, everyone, your English practice is also a journey. Some days it feels like a weekday, a bit like hard work, and some days it feels like a weekend, fun and natural. Both are important.
Very true. Don't give up on the hard days and enjoy the easy ones.
Well said. We are so happy to be part of your journey. Take a deep breath, enjoy your coffee or your walk, and remember that you are doing a great job.
You really are. See you in the next episode, friends.
Goodbye, everyone. Stay calm and keep learning.
Bye-bye.